All right, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about a clip from the last Sober October podcast that Joe Rogan did because Joe finally called out Bert for some of the crazy shit that he says. This kind of reminded me of the time that Joe actually called out Bryan Callen when Bryan was talking about how he's the toughest man alive, and if anyone does anything to him, he'll just show up at their house and attack him or something like that. And Joe set him straight, and now I guess he's trying to set Bert straight. And this is the top comment on the clip. I thought this was pretty funny. This person said, "Love how they are on their 4th intervention with Bert, and he just thinks they're all hanging out." And also it's pretty funny if you watch this podcast right in the beginning, Bert starts talking about how Joe's having trouble staying off weed, and I guess he smoked a cigarette or something, so Bert was making fun of him for it. And then Bert started talking about how he doesn't have cravings for alcohol anymore and he just loves being sober. I guess he's trying to flip the script here, but I doubt it. I mean, right when this is over, you know he's just gonna go back to drinking. All right, so let's check out the clip here. It starts with them talking about Bert's stomach for some reason.
Can I discuss your belly real quick?
Please.
So it's always, Tom and I have talked about this.
You look like a trans man that's having quintuplets.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know who has a worse fake laugh here, Joe or Bert. I mean, Joe sounds like somebody learning to laugh or something, or somebody said something that he doesn't find very funny and he's just laughing because everyone else is. And of course, Bert with his laugh is just terrible. He's like wheezing and shit. And then when he starts talking while he's laughing, oh, that is just the worst. So then they start to analyze Bert's stomach because I guess it's got to the point where it just like hangs over or it's fallen, they say. And then Bert starts talking about how he thought his stomach was really tight, and Joe's just like, dude, you sound delusional. I think Joe's just had enough with him, and I'm glad he's calling him out because somebody needs to. But I do remember actually, I don't know when it was, but I saw a clip of it recently where Tom was talking to Bert and he was telling Bert to donate like 50 grand to charity or something. And Bert's like, I don't have that kind of money laying around. And then they showed compilations of Bert talking about how he's buying like expensive cars and he's taking private jets and he's talking about how much money he has. And I think even Tom called him out. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? So not only is this episode an intervention for Bert's drinking now, but it's also intervention for him just talking about bullshit that's not true.
Has it fallen over like everyone else's. When I did Secret Time, I didn't realize that it already happened until they did the billboard of it. And they did the billboard and I go, that's not my stomach. My stomach's tight. And it was complete.
You have the craziest, most delusional perspective.
I think I have body dysmorphia.
The text message you sent us the other day, I could do more push-ups than anyone in this group.
I think you can, Bert.
If cheap push-ups, Marky Marks.
Yeah, but cheap push-ups I could do for days.
I knew it was like vintage Bert.
There it is.
Secret Time.
Yeah,
Oh, that was you?
That's me. And they put that up on fucking Melrose, and I go, that's not me. And then I was like, I looked
You
at
thought
the
your
moles.
belly was smaller than that?
That's me at like 220.
Right, but you, at the time, thought your belly was smaller than that.
I thought I was in great shape. And they put that up on Melrose, and I saw it. I drove past it, and I go, oh, they must have put someone else's belly on me or photoshopped it.
It's so hard to tell if he's being serious here or not. Did he really think that they photoshopped someone else's stomach on his? How does he not realize how big his own stomach is? It takes a billboard for him to realize it. And you can tell Joe's just kind of getting annoyed with him, even though Bert's like just kind of goofing around or whatever. But then Bert starts talking about how nice his shoulders are, I guess. And Joe's just not having it.
Yeah, like
And
this
then
is like when you go like, I have legit the best shoulders.
I do. Hold on, I do. I have legit great shoulders. Like great fucking shoulders.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Joe, they're ripping through this shirt right now.
Yeah, but you say
No, you
things
just
and you
bought
don't
a
really
boy's
mean
shirt.
it, right? Like
No, I
when you
kinda mean
say
it.
things
I kinda
you know
mean it.
they're
I
not
told you.
true.
I
kinda
totally
mean
He does mean it.
He's
I kinda
kind
mean
of
it.
joking, and
I
I
kinda
kind of
mean
mean
it.
it, which means he means it.
But
kinda
you
mean
say
not joking.
but you say things you know aren't true. Like you remember that one time you said you could do the splits? You really
He thought he could.
I actually thought I might be able to pull one out. But more importantly,
I think the fact that Joe can do a split makes him even more worked up about it because he realizes it's just not easy to do. It's not something Bert at like 50 can just be like, you know, I haven't done this at all my whole life, but I think I could pull one off right here. And Joe realizes like, no, dude, you have to be insanely flexible. I'm sure you have to practice or something. Like if they should have made Bert try one. He probably would have ended up looking like Tom Segura after he tried to dunk that basketball. But I do think somebody said one time that Bert is surprisingly athletic, but I think they mean surprisingly athletic for a 50-year-old dude that just drinks for a living.
You got to know that you can't do the splits. Like why'd you say that?
because I thought I could pull it out. Same reason I said I could run a marathon with no training.
Yeah, but a
was like, fuck it.
marathon is like you can run 5 miles. I've seen you run 5 miles.
Yeah.
So just keep going.
My
Like
best
the
part of
idea of doing the splits is crazy.
The best part of that story for me was when you did a split, and then you looked at me and you said, "Have you ever done a split?" And I said, "No." And then in your eyes, you go, like you're almost trying to talk to an island of people you discovered. You go, "What made you think you could do that?" And I go, "I don't know." And you went,
Why
and
could
yeah,
you
you're like,
do
"But
it?
what? You've never done it?" And I said, "Yeah, I know." And you go, "And you were willing to hurt yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was gonna see if I could do it. I just thought I could do it."
I love how serious Joe's getting here compared to Bert. Bert's just like having a good time. Like, yeah, I thought I could do a split. I'd try it. And Joe's like, you really thought you could do that? What the hell's wrong with you? But I think Joe's just annoyed because he's been hearing Bert say stuff like this for years. And I think everybody can kind of relate to this. Everybody has a friend that will just say ridiculous shit. Like somebody who claims they could do something or they have something, but of course they can't show you because, I don't know, the time's not right or something. But at least it sounds like Bert would have tried to do it. But I think they probably stopped him because they knew he would hurt himself. But I think they should have let him go ahead with it. He needs to learn a lesson.
But it takes a long time to get that flexible. That's not a normal human thing.
I don't know. I just roll the dice.
Yeah,
I like that energy though.
Yeah,
That's the
that
fucking-
is the
energy.
That's Cinderella story energy.
That's
It's
not
that-
a Cinderella story. That's a torn hamstring story.
Yeah. But like I like when you go places and people underestimate you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I said I think I can do more push-ups than you, and
Yeah.
your reply was, "I will kill you."
Yeah.
and I started giggling so hard. I'm at dinner with my family, and they're like, "What are you laughing at?" And I go, "Joe." And they go, "What did he say that's funny?" I go, "Was only funny if you know him intimately. Then you get because I know you. You're like, what the fuck?"
So I saw these comments on the video that I thought were pretty funny. This person said, I find Bert's confidence in himself both undeserving but somehow very inspiring. And then another person said, Bert has a very strange form of narcissism. Like, it doesn't manifest as aggressive when questioned or called out, but he still thinks he's absolutely incredible beyond his means. And it's true, at least he doesn't get all defensive when people question him about this stuff. Like, some people, if you call out their bullshit, they're going to get offended by it. So you have to be very careful when doing it. But also, Joe's in a position where he's kind of like the ringleader of his group, so he can pretty much say whatever he wants to these people, and they'll just have to accept it. Like right here, Joe calls out Bert for being delusional, and Bert's response is hilarious.
Bert's making claims though.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
you have a delusional perspective that I just don't understand.
You're a truth seeker, and this guy
Yeah.
attacks that.
Yeah, I am the Alex Jones of fitness.
Hey, in what way? In what way? In what way?
What the fuck
And
does
then I
that?
just
I literally just made this comparison yesterday.
in that I talk wild shit, and then every now and then it matches
That's exactly
up.
what I said.
Every now and then you're like, oh
Well,
shit,
you're the
frogs
guy.
are gay.
You're the guy that goes to the center court and goes, "I bet I could fucking hit this from here," and everybody's like, "No way!" And then you swish, and then you walk away, and then
Yes, totally.
Once in
never
a
do it
long
again.
while, you'll pull out a marathon.
yeah, you pull out a miracle.
Yeah, so maybe Bert is onto something here. Maybe he is the Alex Jones of fitness. That's pretty cool. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about all this, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.